Fall colors are beautiful everywhere in Korea, but Cheonnyang Mountain is particularly famous for its foliage. There are various courses to the top of the 870-meter mountain. You can choose your trail by difficulty or by the time of the year. The mountains in Korea might not be as stately as the mountains in Europe, but they are treasure troves of stories. It's interesting to uncover and learn those stories.
When I first started climbing Korea's mountains, I noticed ribbons in the trees. Quite a surprising sight. I thought they may be just trash or banners from groups, but I've grown to understand that they're useful navigation devices. The ribbon is a kind of sign for mountain people to show them the direction along long trails such as the Baekdudaegan. They were very helpful while walking.
Cheongnyang Mountain is particularly famous for its historic stories and sights, which is why it's my favorite Korean mountain.
Yeah, amazing. Might just take a bit of a look.
Every small cave tells stories of Korean folk beliefs or legends. I want to share them with Mike, who is here for the first time.
Hundreds and hundreds of people walking on the mountain today. It's completely silent in here. And you can almost hear the air coming right out from the middle of the mountain. It's awesome.
There are piles of stones between rocks and by the entrance, stacked by people making wishes. Each pile is a collection of stories. I decided to add my own story here.
I guess people make wishes. I'm not really a big wish maker, but I hope that I'm always happy and continue doing what I do and enjoying what I do, most importantly. Going to a new mountain is interesting for me because I can build up a collection of their history and I can find patterns in the stories and the characters of the mountain. And so these mountains basically mean to me, what do they mean to me? They are like a library of information and Korean history.
There are many movements in Korea aiming to revive Korea's history. About 1,300 years ago, this trail was walked by a Korean monk famous for his deep spiritual insight. It's a great idea to tie stories to hiking trails. As people hike along this path, they will recall the wise monk and try to find their own spiritual awakening.
It's hard work, man.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a steep climb. It's worth it though in Cheongnyangsan because the mountain's set up in platforms. So you get these Shinsan-dae rocky platforms with big views over the inner mountain, down to Cheongnyansan down there. And I think that's why it was a big attraction for those Confucian scholars in the past and the wandering monks.
Of course,
so it's really inspiring, you know. So, it's an amazing track. So there's a lot of tracks through here that go around this inner part of the mountain, sort of all around the temple.
Yeah.
And the temple, this part is named like a lotus leaf, you know, that yongot.
Yeah.
So the temple is the flower, and all of these are the leaves. These peaks. It's awesome, right?
Quite stunning, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful view.
I hope Mike will remember his time in Cheongnyang Mountain for many years to come.
Yeah.
Just as I remember all of my moments on Korea's mountains.
Well, I wanted to record details of this trail, and we've passed some information along the way that I've been keeping in my mind, and it makes sense to write it down as we're going so I don't forget, and also recording my personal feelings about this place and some history that we learned earlier, and the times that it took us to walk. And I took a picture because today's very clear, and we can see the peaks running towards Andong in the southern direction, and I like to keep a note of what you can see from where.
People say that hiking is a battle with oneself. But in the mountains in Korea, there will always be supporters helping you fight that lonely battle.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
예, 반갑습니다. 예, 안녕하세요. You can see that bridge over here. Can you see that from here, Hanulgari?
This bridge, connecting two peaks of Cheongnyang Mountain, is a popular tourist destination. My stomach churns just looking at it. Mike also seems a bit nervous.
Yeah, no sticks on the bridge.
Because it might fall through.
No, it just breaks down all the rubber and all the wood. Yeah! You've been here before? Okay.
It's amazing that this bridge was erected so high up without damaging the nature around it. On the bridge, you can look down at the world as if you were floating in the sky. It's a privilege that only those who braved the height can enjoy.
Yeah, whiskey.
But she said, whiskey!
Whiskey.
I see a smile on Mike's face as well. The view from here is my favorite image of Cheongnyang Mountain. This time, we head to one of its 12 peaks, Jaso Peak. Hiking is best with fresh air and good company. I'll remember this hike more as a happy memory than as a last goodbye.
I think we're up here and there's a get up steps to Jasobo.
This is a more difficult part of the trail. Mike looks tired, but determined not to give up.
Needs a friend like Andrew because he basically knows everything about every mountain that we've ever been to for the past 12 years. So it's great for someone like me that doesn't really know much about the mountain until we get there, and then I'm able to ask him all the questions that I want about how high it is, the history of the mountain, the temples, and he's always has all the answers. So it's very, very good for someone like me to have that chance.
We decided to take a short break. Back in New Zealand, I'm sure I'll miss even this moment of sharing a cool drink with my friend. But I know that my time in Korea will prepare me for my hikes in New Zealand, so I push myself to keep moving forward. For the past 10 years, I've grown stronger in mind, in body, and in soul as I hiked up Korea's mountains. This strength inspired me to set a new challenge. After a 5-month hike from the northern end to the southern end of New Zealand, I'll have become someone new.
Even if you're short.
After that, I might dream of a new challenge, maybe in Korea.
This is it, man. Should see a decent view over this side. Oh wow, here we are.
Wow.
That's the stuff, eh?
Wow, that's quite awesome,
It's
eh?
amazing. This big blue ridge at the back,
Yeah.
running all the way from there to up there. That's the Baekdudaegan. That's the Sobeksan National Park over there. And through here, the Taebeksan. And they connect here to the Nakdongjeongmek path that goes down to Busan.
Yep.
And then together from there, it goes north to Odaesan, Soraksan, Baekdusan. Pretty awesome, right?
Pretty awesome.
It's an amazing view.
Totally.
That's a really great section, so we're this is a really great view.
It's a beautiful
It's
view.
the best weather I've ever seen up here,
Yes.
actually.
See quite far.
Yeah. So I think I'm feeling alright though.
Yeah, no
Yeah?
problem.
those mountain names, bro, so I don't forget, because it's hard on a map sometimes to remember that. There are a lot of mountains that I will miss in Korea because I really enjoy them, and hiking here has become a big part of my life over the last 10 years or even more. So I do hope to come back and continue hiking, because there's hundreds of mountains to visit in Korea, and I really hope to walk most of them.
I'm sure when I return, Cheongnyang Mountain will be here to welcome me.